popular doll, sometimes dramatic, occasionally chaotic, but always unforgettable journey of my 6-year adventure at Great Champions International School. In junior secondary school was the appetizer. Then, senior secondary school. Oh, it was a full buffet with extra pepper soup. After that long 3-month break between JSS and SS, we came back looking like human upgrades. People were taller, voices deeper, curves more defined. Even the boys, who once looked like choir boys, now walk like they had just stepped off a runway. And me? Well, I may not have grown taller, but the steez are upgraded. Being called senior was a dream come true. Wearing our new uniforms, skirts for us girls and trousers for the boys, made us walk like we were in slow motion, waiting for a movie soundtrack to play in the background. Our composure changed. Our confidence multiplied. Then our drama, well, it only just began. SS1 felt like the honeymoon phase. New subjects, new teachers, new frustrations. Physics, chemistry, biology, and the infamous further mathematics walked into our timetable like unwanted guests. Back then, I remember, those seniors, they would scare us with tales like, if you have not done a concentration and acid-based calculation in chemistry, don't talk to me. Duh. Now, it was our turn. And baby, we were not ready. We thought seniority would save us from oppression. Oh, how wrong we were. Those SS2 and SS3 seniors, especially the girls, they came at us like they had a personal vendetta. Would I call it jealousy? Insecurity? A secret competition on who had the longest lashes? I don't even know. But they made us feel like we were squatters in their kingdom. I can never forget the day. I always term in my mind the Battle of the Dumps. It started with Adora, our class beauty. Adora! She had this model looks, queen energy, and the unshakable poise of someone who knew she had the whole school talking. And that is not it all. She also had a flower, card, and teddy bear from none other than our handsome hard-haired boy on Valentine's Day. But guess what? Guess who did not get any gift from our head boy? Senior Praise. Senior Praise, she was our SS3 dormitory prefect and long-time admirer of our handsome head boy. One night after devotion, with barely any warning, Senior Praise stormed towards Adora and shoved her. Hey! The door went still like the pause before a Nollywood slap. As our beauty queen Adora stumbled, her girls, her group of friends, Thelma, Zara, and Beauty, they tried to help Adora, but accidentally, they pushed Senior Praise. Hey! The sound of her hitting the ground was the opening bell of the fight. seniors came charging. SS1 girls, definitely they joined in defense. The dormitory feud turned into a mini WrestleMania. Me, I was washing my uniform when I heard the noise. And by the time I got there, all SS1 girls were outside, getting punished like convicts. Thank God though for Mrs. Biodu and the teachers who broke it up. The next day, we became school-wide celebrities. The dorm prefect was suspended. Beauty Queen Adora and her clique were punished. And the rest of us as one girls, we paid the price. Cleaning classrooms, staff rooms, toilets and both hostels for a whole month. For what? Because our beautiful Adora was catching feelings and getting flowers from our handsome head boy. We kept teasing Adora every single day. SS1 was not the senior life we expected. It was more like glorified juniors in fancy uniforms. But eventually, SS2 came calling. Well, my best friend and I, you know him now, my arch enemy then. We ended up in the science class, so why Jane, my bestie, someone I called my sister in everything but blood. This girl decided that she would choose arts to chase her dream of being a journalist and don't want to join us science students. Journalist Jane. John and I became inseparable. Study buddies, lab partners, and secretly competing for who would come first. He was my academic nemesis, but also my biggest cheerleader. But second term SS2, it broke me. My bestie and I, we had our first and only fight. It started during our inter-house sport competition period. I was in wine house with John, while Jane was in greenhouse. But I noticed that my girl became distant and cold towards me. Well, I thought it was stress. So on that fateful day at the dining, I was just teasing her. I was like, this one that your house keeps coming last, Jane. Maybe you will need John and I to conduct deliverance on you. Hey! Before I could say a word and finish my statement, Jane flung her plate of jollof rice all over me. Bang, bang, bang. It was like, this flash. I was like, Jane, is she playing? Is this a joke? Or what kind of play is this? Still in my shock, John quickly rushed to clean me up. I stood frozen for like 30 minutes. The dining hall was silent. Some of the students, they were cheering me. Others were whispering. But that was not even my problem that moment. Mama was like, what happened, Jane? It was like a big shock to me. As I got to the hostel, I quickly went to her corner to confront her. And I was like, Jane, what happened? Babe just snapped at me. Stay away from me, Bella. Miss Perfect. Always rubbing it in. You and John, you would think you are better than everyone. Hey! I was speechless. I was like, Jane, I don't understand. Me and John, how? Before I could even finish the how, what I heard was boza. I would turn again and that boza. My babe gave me 2 resounding brain-setting slap. Ha! My babe was like, boing, 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 boing. Before I could get myself, this girl attacked me and started fighting me. I had to defend myself. The fight, That's a story for another day. The next day, every month in school had our gist. Imagine, those two girls used to act like as if nothing can separate them. They fought. Best friends, my foot. I felt so down. Our parents were summoned. We were punished. John, my other unbreakable 3, he tried to be Switzerland, but my guy was heartbroken too. As if that was not enough, Jay moved on with a new clique. And somehow, I became the villain, the wicked friend who acted too perfect to our other friend. Even winning prizes at prize giving day, it did not feel the same, as in the joy was not there. My main cheerleader, Jane, the way she normally cheers me up when they give prize, which God, I missed my baby girl. I missed my friend so much. Then came SS3, the final lap, the crown year, the class we have always wished, dreamt, and have prayed to be. Our last days at Great Champions Academy. To my utter shock, I was made head girl and John the head boy. Meanwhile, my bestie, yes, I still call her bestie, Jane, she was made the game's prefect. I congratulated her, but she brushed me off like expired mosquito repellent. What to do? Leadership was a different beast. Goodness. Responsibility hit us like a truck. Everyone looked to us. Teachers will blame us. Students will run to us. Principal, last day too. But I chose to lead with love, with unconditional and occasional tough love. I did not want to tread the same path those wicked seniors treaded. I did not want to be called wicked senior Bella, but when it was time to punish, I did not hold back. Respect must be earned, after all. Then came Wayek, Jam and Neko. The almighty Wayek, the almighty Jam, and the fabulous and almighty Neko. We studied like our lives depended on it. And our jam result that year, hey, fire! As in, our principal was glowing. She was happy. After Wayek, as we dropped our last papers, we submitted, leaving the hall. We were just singing at the top of our lungs. 6 years don't waka, we still they carry go. Nobody waka, nobody go solo. Baba God, yeah, our case, yo, now your grace, yeah, I do well. It was so emotional. Tears flowed, hugs everywhere. We had made it. During our final Neko paper, it was a mad celebration. Drinks poured, pens broken, caps thrown. Class of 2025, baby, it was a dream come true. That night, John gave me a teddy bear and a knot. And he wrote, "To my bestie, thank you for making Great Champions a beautiful home to stay. Will you be my prom queen?" I teased that big head and said yes. And I was like, of course, my academic rival, my G. If I'm not your prom queen, who will? Later that night, he invited me to our old JSS1 classroom, where our friendship started. I walked in and well, I was surprised. John can be so sweet sometimes. He decorated the class with flowers and a glowing sign that read, "Will you be my best friend forever?" Immediately he stepped out and I was like, what's wrong with this guy? Why did he step out? And to my shock, Jane walked in with flowers. Immediately she hugged me. Then she knelt down and started crying, saying, "Bella, I'm sorry." Before she could finish, I dragged her up and hugged her tight. My bestie, I missed you so much. We cried for long. After we got back ourselves, Jane knelt down again, this time explaining why she had a change of attitude towards me. And she said, "Bella, I've always felt left out among the three of us. Everywhere is Bella and John's name ringing a bell in every aspect, both academically and socially. You both were being celebrated. This made me feel like a follower amongst the both of you. As if that was not enough, Bella. The area I felt I could also shine, at least in sports. You, Bella, decided to leave your cheerleading and became a sprinter to outshine me also. I said that was not enough for you, Bella. You now took John, who had been my crush right from when we were in JS3. John showed you more attention. He showed you more care and love than me. Everything just made me so jealous. Made me left out and tired. That's why I couldn't hold it anymore. And I lashed out at you like that. To feel important again, I had to form another group of friends, you know now. But despite that, I've always missed our friendship. I've always missed the unbreakable three. Most times, I would want to apologize, even when you tried to, but my ego and feelings of betraying you couldn't allow me to. Please, Bella, find a place in your heart to forgive me. You are forever my bestie and sister. Before Jane could finish her statement, I hugged her again and started teasing her as usual. That joy, that feeling, finally, my best friend is back. Still in our reconciliation mood though, John walked in smiling. Then, this guy, he walked to Jane and gave her a beautiful bouquet of flowers. He touched her chin and smiled, saying, "Jane, really? You thought I was so into Bella? Hey, this big head, Bella, of all people. No, you are absolutely wrong there. Jane, I know you won't believe this, but my eyes have always been on you right from our junior school days. But you, your own is even in your body. You're more of the reserved and quiet type. Jane, I was never into Bella. Yes, so this girl, this big head, she's my paddy for life. But you, Jane, you have always had my heart. Bang, bang, bang. Chai! I was watching Nollywood movie like Jane, John, Double J. He? Jane was stunned. Me safe, I was stunned. Like, I could not even believe what I just heard. But, the smiles that followed, even in our shock, it was brighter than our classroom lights. Aww. As they were just smiling and they now hugged. Hey, it was so magical. Me, I was just there smiling like, like what I don't know. Can you imagine? Jane, ever since, thought Nelson John was into me. Can you imagine? She thought John, that big head. Hey, goodness, that my academic nemesis was into me. Meanwhile, his eyes all this while has been on her all along. Aww, it was so cute. Like, I missed that moment. It was so beautiful. Later that night, during our class of 2025 bonfire night, we all jokingly shared our experience as great champions with the principals and staff. On that day of the D-Day graduation day, it came with mixed feelings, Sha. As I wore my gown and stared into the mirror, memories came flooding. The first day I stepped into Great Champions. Memories of fear, memories of pain, victories, friendships, heartbreaks, all leading to this beautiful moment. As I was staying in my memory lane, Jane entered smiling and said, "Our most beautiful, brilliant, hard-working head girl. Truly, the crown found the right head." We hugged as we kept teasing ourselves, gisting about our stay at Great Champions Academy. The graduates, when we got to the hall, we all marched majestically into the event like kings and queens. Now that big head, John, he beat me to become the valedictorian. Sha, I'll forgive him. But doing our final speech and parting speech, popularly known as the head girl speech, I spoke with tears in my eyes, like, hey, I was so emotional, like, I knew that I've always wanted for this day to come, but wow, I couldn't believe it, that finally, the 6 years journey has come to an end. As I climbed the podium and held the microphone, speaking to the beautiful graduates, our proud parents, school administrators, loved ones, and invited dignitaries and guests, I just paused and continued saying, "Class of 2025. We came as clueless J1 students, JJC Jolly Just Come. It was tough. It was really tough. Trying to adapt to a new lifestyle and world away from what we have been used to. The punishments, the battle of survival, academic pursuits, meeting new friends and family, friendship blossoming and also being sad. Different activities that shaped and molded us into the great champions that we are today. Finally, we are leaving these 4 walls to face the main 4 walls in life. Then, we can showcase how Great Champions International School has trained us to be strong, creative, smart, educated, and striving to be the best no matter where we find ourselves. To our amiable principal, thank you so much for being not just a leader but a mother figure to all your students. To our relentless, dedicated, and extraordinary teachers who are the pillars, rocks, and builders of all champions all around the globe. Thank you so much for your selfless service to the growth and development of every student all around the world. To our parents who ensured we lacked nothing and also giving us the best legacy, education. You are amazing. And to my, how will I describe you guys? The great champions, class of 2025, living as champions. This school did not just teach us, it shaped us. Thank you, Great Champions International School. We came, we saw, and we conquered. Hey! As I finished saying my speech, there was great applause, cheers, and laughter filled the hall. I was given several awards. Seeing the smiles and proud looks on my parents' faces was all I just needed at that moment. After the graduation party, as we threw our graduation caps in the air, snapping pictures and hugging our parents, I knew this was not the end. It was just the beginning of a greater tomorrow. From the girl Bella, who once feared she would never fit in, to the head girl of class of 2025. This is my story. This is our story. And we are just getting started. Class of 2025 forever. Peace out. One love and stay